If the business isn't bringing in enough cash from eggs, then we can't afford to buy another load of feed. And if we can't afford to buy another load of feed, then we can't feed the ducks. Hello everybody, please excuse the headphones. I'm using the microphone on them so that you can hear me a little bit clearer. So anyway, I thought I would check in just to share something with you. The farm is really struggling at this point. For those of you who don't already know, the price of feed, grain prices, has gone up dramatically since Russia invaded Ukraine. That Ukraine has a lot of the world's grain supplies, and as a result global supplies have dropped and the price of feed has gone up dramatically, so fast that it's actually really difficult for us to keep up with the prices and the costs. It's hard to increase our egg prices as quickly as the feed is going up in price. So that's one reason we're struggling. Another reason is that we keep birds of multiple age groups. So we have 1-year-old, 2-year-old and 3-year-old ducks. And that's quite unique. Not many farms do that. And to be honest, we're discovering why. Because although we've managed it quite well in the past, this year we've been less lucky, and it's been much harder to predict exactly when the ducks are going to come into lay and when they're going to go out of lay, because we're allowing the birds to have a molt, which would be what they naturally do. They change their feathers, stop laying, and then start laying eggs again. So the problem that we face is when the ducks decide to have a molt, which they typically do after their first year of laying, they go out of lay. We're still having to buy in the feed, which is incredibly expensive. And we're not getting as many eggs. So this has been a major issue for us. And to be honest with you, we're at the point where if we don't play our cards right, the farm might no longer continue. And so we're desperately trying to look for other ways that we can generate a little bit of income on the farm to help see us through this winter, which is going to be particularly bad. As many of you know, we've got a little Airbnb that we've set up on the farm, and that is helping, but we only managed to complete that project towards the end of the year, when the season had already started sort of quietening down. So it's kind of a little too late. We have a few other projects on the go, but as with all things in life, it takes time to get these things up and running. And when you're trying to run a business that is so tight on margins, keeping the cash flow healthy is really difficult. So this feed bin back here that you see is where we get our grain delivered, and every time we get a load in there we have to pay over £3,000. So if the business isn't bringing in enough cash from eggs, then we can't afford to buy another load of feed. And if we can't afford to buy another load of feed, then we can't feed the ducks. And as you can imagine, that's not a good thing. So I wanted to share this with you guys. We are planning on documenting the challenges that we face over the winter and the foreseeable future on YouTube in a longer format. We do quite a lot, an average amount on social media, but that's all surface level stuff, and you don't really get to see behind the scenes of what's actually happening on the farm and the struggles that we're going through. I would like to say that a lot of people get in touch and say how inspiring and amazing it is what we're doing. And I think that to some extent it's a little bit misleading, because our social media looks fantastic, and sure, there's lots of great aspects to what we're doing, but this life is incredibly stressful and has been incredibly difficult on us, financially, emotionally, physically. So it is hard, and I've decided that we really need to share a little bit more about the challenges we're facing, and I think that YouTube is going to be the better format for that, because it is long form. So you can expect more from us on YouTube. This is just a little introduction. We would really appreciate if you like our stuff or you're interested in what we're doing. We'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You liked our videos, you shared our videos with anyone that you think might be interested in what we're doing, because that will greatly help the farm. If we can earn a little bit of revenue from YouTube, that will help get us through the winter. I don't expect much to come in very soon from that, but it's something. And at the very least, if we don't make it, I think it'll be an interesting process to document how things unravel, because failure is a part of life. And we've been on this farming journey now for nearly 7 years. We got into it knowing that farming is an incredibly difficult industry to succeed at or to make any money at. But it was our dream and we wanted to do it. And we started off with absolutely no experience at all. And we've made a lot of mistakes. And we couldn't have done it any differently. We are where we are. I think with each year we get a bit better, a bit more efficient. We learn more. We might be at a point where we have to call it a day. So we'll see how it goes, but we're going to document that process here on YouTube. And like I say, it would be hugely appreciated if you shared our videos with anyone that you think might be interested, anyone who's thinking about farming on a small scale or farming regeneratively. We'll continue releasing videos to give you guys an update as to where we are. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you.